John Steinbeck, whose full name was John Ernst Steinbeck, also called himself Amnesia Glasscock. He was born on February 27, 1902 in Salinas, California, but died on December 20, 1968 in Newark, New York due to heart disease. His father, John Ernst, was a county treasurer, and his mother, Olive Ernst, was a school teacher. Growing up, John worked on his family farm with his three sisters, Mary, Elizabeth, and Esther. In 1930, Steinbeck got married to his first wife, Carol Henning, but divorced her in 1943. Steinbeck remarried in 1943 to Gwendolyn Conger. She was a writer, singer, and composer, but they also got divorced in 1948. Together, they had two kids, John and Tom. Steinbeck's final marriage was in 1950 to Elaine Scott, who is an actress and stage manager. From 1919 to 1925, Steinbeck attended Stratford University. He enjoyed his English classes but found college to be phony. He ended up leaving, never receiving a degree. After college, Steinbeck moved to New York City to create his living as a writer. In 1929, his first novel, Cup of Gold, was published. Some of John Steinbeck's major works include The Pearl, The Moon is Down, Of Mice and Men, The Grapes of Wrath, and many, many more. Steinbeck created many of his works during the Great Depression. His concerns as a writer dealt with working rights and wages, which led to his books being based on the poor. Some of the major themes in his writings include the nature of loneliness, powerfulness, economic injustices, and the uncertainty of the future. What made his writing style so unique was his use of omniscient narration, but he combined that with real empathy for his characters. His strongest writing talent was the use of characterization and foreshadowing. Landscape from his hometown, Salinas, California, influenced Steinbeck as well. His second novel, To a God Unknown, is about a farmer who leaves Vermont and goes to California and establishes a farm with his three brothers. His next book, The Pastors of Heaven, drew on his Western lifestyle as well. During World War II, John Steinbeck became a special writer for the United States Army. U.S. involvement in World War II changed his work habits. He undertook a writing project, Bombs Away, the story of a bomber team for the U.S. Army and Air Force, and he also later covered the war in North America and Italy as a journalist. These writing projects demonstrated his increasingly devotion to genres other than fiction. Steinbeck received a number of awards. In 1962, he was awarded the Nobel Prize for his realistic as well as imaginative writings. Steinbeck actually feared the Nobel Prize, for he thought it led to the end of a writer's career. He also received the General Literature Gold Medal for his novels The Tortilla Flat and Of Mice and Men in 1937, as well as The Grapes of Wrath in 1940. Most recently, in 2007, Steinbeck was placed in the California Hall of Fame. During Steinbeck's lifetime, he wrote a numerous amount of novels that were mainly fiction, along with some plays as well. Some of his most famous novels were created into movies. Steinbeck may have passed away, but his works will always continue to be carried on. To finish is a sadness to a writer, a little death. He puts the last word down and it's done. But it isn't really done. The story goes on and leaves the writer behind, for no story is ever done. John Steinbeck.